Say, hear me now. This is a soul fire production. Soul fire production.
As the wheels turn every Thursday night at 6:30. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live with turn on. So yes, I sit and watch as the wheel turns. My bike is where I get my thrill. Up and down, riding through the hills. I have no fear as I climb and change my gear. Through the valley so steep, now we on the street. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night at 6:30. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live we turn on us. So yes.
A pleasant good night, one and all. Thanks for being it, but I'll tell you something. Danomida, my co-host, I don't know if you're hungry or whatever, or what happened, Palace? You're very late. Good night.
Yeah, beyond my control.
A pleasant good night. Welcome to the 74th edition of the, as the midterms. Now, any joke happened just now, right? So, yeah. Welcome, Fitzgerald Palace Joseph.
Welcome to the show. What edition, Anjo?
The 74th edition.
Okay.
Palace, you know what happened?
I want to see everything now.
Too much information. We have people they text, people they message and say, we're going on, they can't get on. But the you cars really start.
No. Shaggy, wasn't me.
It was me.
And I say, when fish come from river bottom and say alligator got belly, you say you believe it?
Welcome, cycling fans. Like I said, this is a show, to refresh us on what's going on in the cycling world in Belize. So we want to thank each and everyone who's joining live today, wherever you are. Boston in the house.
Boston in the house, respect.
Yes, so, Palace, Texas, Dennis Osman, my old schoolmate. Pal, lot of races over the past weekend.
Weekend was we started Seaway Saturday, right?
Seaway Saturday, yeah.
Okay, Seaway.
Yeah, you have a lot of information.
Bandon Catus. Second was JION. But I just realized JION had a Bandon 1-2 Saturday and Thursday.
Yeah.
And third was Brandon teammate Patrick Williams. That was the top three.
That was last Saturday.
Last Saturday in the Seaway. 40 plus, top 40 plus I think was, who was the 40 plus? I forgot. Who was the top 40 plus? Smokes? He's not there.
Oh, not there.
He's not up.
Oh, is that up?
No. Yeah, Smokes was first, second. 50 plus was myself and 60 plus was Rekat.
Then Sunday
B race. Well, I still roll away from them somewhere. Lincoln coming back. We finished in solo. Then a sprint came in. The guy Chi was second. Santino got 1-2. And third was Leave Me Alone.
Then you had Weekend Warriors.
Weekend Warriors had open race. C road separate. The C was Sheldon Arnold out sprinting with a close, I see the tape, close video. Kedisha.
Francis.
Lego they want back a lot of boys coming in the mouth wide open.
Yeah.
Kedisha they punch up lot there.
Yeah, me bali call me I tell me that he said that he had a mechanical so he can turn that at Lewis.
Oh, the one, he for full and fitness.
Right, yeah.
Yes, he was third. He was third.
Yeah.
They trick him.
Yeah.
They blow the race.
Yeah.
I got the B results.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I think I have it.
In the A was your neighbor. Alvan Gillett was first.
Alvan.
Bob Gable was second, and Alvan third. 3 SPD
They
culture.
They sweep. Culture sweep.
And who in the B?
Yeah.
No B man was right now.
You know how no be?
No B right there. Say. Most of the B can ride countries.
Oh, okay, that's why. All right, okay.
That took care of those races for the weekend. And then we had the big scotcher.
The
The
junior
junior
cross
cross country
country.
was a. You got the results, Andrew? Okay. That came late now.
Huh? No, that come late. Then we have guns race this morning.
Country race this morning. It was a repeat of the series. Badnukatu was printed. Dijon Hyde. 1-2. And third, I think, was. Oh, Patrick again, boy? Patrick again? So something on the series. 1, 2, 3. Oh, buy Bolido. At 3:30. Whatever you buy.
Belmopan also had one speed ride, Thursday speed ride, I call it. First was Silverback, Javian Gonzalez.
Was it? And then Hollister.
And Holster, the second rider. In the junior race, in the
Cross country?
yeah, the junior cross
The
country.
top two was
They had
Wait, the guy name?
in the youth.
the youth.
Yeah, they had Travis Greenidge. Second was
Guatemalan.
the Guatemalan. I think he named Kevin Rojas, and then Chavaria rider. I don't remember what that young man name. I don't got the name.
I'm saying the Greek rider.
The podium see that the Chavaria rider.
Oh, Travis. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, Travis.
What sorry, want to say?
The third place for the youth in the junior is a Chavaria rider. I think
The cross country.
Alford. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing number yet now.
And then in the big,
And
big event,
then the
Delta
junior
Rojas
Delta
and-
Rojas.
and that was a heated, don't you say, watch out to the
Yeah,
end.
by them award.
And I'm glad that you stay with them.
Yeah,
Because still a war there.
exactly.
That-
Delta
that-
Rojas,
that man,
young
nice
Jalen
war.
Breseno. And like I said, you call it to Auntie last week on the show palace. And then third was young.
We have touched on it though.
Yes, we'll touch
Okay,
on that. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
guys.
We'll definitely talk about that. Yeah, but then we want about upcoming race this weekend. Of course, the female cross country. And I think Syria have one such
Saturday race.
Yeah,
Yes,
so we have
Saturday.
2 races coming up. We have the Syria and then in fact, I was corrected. Women cross country.
One female?
Next use female. Say women. I was corrected over. Use women cross
Okay.
country. So the
Very
big
good.
women cross country,
Very
and
different,
we have foreigners to Palace. I think I see like
So Americans or Mexicans?
six foreigners. So
Nice.
yeah.
Malachi Martinez.
Malacan Martinez. Okay, all right.
I like that code. That's what you do. The juniors need to get some more finals too.
Yeah.
Only so you can go.
Yeah.
Fine for competition. So this female race are nice though.
Yep.
Only so I get the best out there, everybody will want to go.
Yeah. So Palace, we run through all the races, right?
Yeah.
We talk fast because the one long night. We have guests in the house and we have 11 prizes to give away because remember last week. So we want people get on the queues because we want a
Yeah,
prize.
loan money too?
No, loan question, loan answer. It's about somebody could give me a heads up. It's about the junior for last week, and then the female and the women this week. So
go to encyclopedia. Get ready.
Yeah, Mr. Man give a prize to
Who is it?
the top flight cycling team, Mr. Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are getting into prizes, but we have guests in the house. So we want to take a short break, and when we return, there will be guests in the house.
Great.
Hear me now. This is a Soul Fire production. Soul Fire
as the wheels turn. Every Thursday night at 6:30 as the wheels turn. Racing through the streets and through the hills as the wheels turn. Every Thursday night we pedaling as the wheels turn. Streaming live with Turner, so yes, I sit and watch as the wheel turns. My bike is where I get my thrill. Up and down, riding through the hills. I have no fear as I climb and change my gear. Through the valley so steep, now we on the street. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As the wheels turn. Every Thursday night at 6:30 as the wheels turn. Racing through the streets and through the hills as the wheels turn. Every Thursday night we pedaling as the wheels turn. Streaming live with Turner, so yes.
Welcome back to As the Wheel Turns, the 74th edition. Normally we'd have winners of the race in studios, but what I found out, guys, or Palasto, and that the 2 hours too short. So normally I got the riders in come to the bike shop and we could talk long. So one day I started to get the winners come during the day, and we have a long chat so we could explain about the whole race and have people who come even when we rode the race. So we can change the format. So the show that basically about results and educating the fans and so. But we want the athletes to get more time, the time to short. So welcome two guests, no strangers to As the Wheel Turns, Mr. Warren Cowie and Mr. Andy Bennett. I think the Palace have all the questions. But good night.
Are you afraid?
You afraid?
Good night, Palace. Good night, Donis.
Yeah.
Good night to all the viewers tuning in from local and abroad. This is what, the 70th episode?
74th.
74th. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You've come a long way,
Yeah,
like Virginia Slims.
Boy. Yeah. So,
good night, everybody.
so, Palace, are you supposed to ask questions? The purpose for Mr. Cowie and Mr. Bennett?
Yeah, I'd asked that.
Yeah, look at us.
Warren Cowie had indicated to me what he was going to do. Basically, I supported his move. There was no doubt that, and last week I said it, that Warren Cowie is a long-time friend, and I don't know him to be someone in the news. I don't know him to be someone that you hear nothing bad of. And so, the way that was going, I couldn't see him staying in that position. I don't know for how long they will be in that position, but I'm sure that Mr. Cowie had to make a right decision, and he made that decision after a bigger consulting his family, his attorney and stuff. And so he has to come on the show to read us. Everything went viral already.
Okay.
Everything went out, and then I asked Andy as well to come because Andy is a trained attorney, and so we have some questions for him as well, for us to try to move that situation forward if we can.
Yeah, basically, I know I owe the members a certain explanation as to what happened. I know I presented a letter to the various media places that we use to get things out to members. I kind of kept it within the cycling family. Well, you know, things still get out to the news and media. But it's basically to run through from the letter that, you know, I was elected December 10th as, by you, the registered members of the cycling community, to serve as treasurer of CFB. Since that time, and within my expertise as a certified public accountant, I have sought to implement basic and specific financial protocols in the handling of funds. I wasn't successful in getting those measures implemented. As an active member of the executive team, I sought to implement communication protocol to ensure that we have collective and informed decision making taking place. That was unsuccessful also. This resulted in that key decisions were being taken without proper discussion amongst the executive, and I was only made aware of them after they took place via third parties. I made multiple and varied requests for receipts of funds used for events. That remains pending. Despite my recruiting a volunteer to help with the process, we still could not get it right. Within that context, I decided that I could not continue with the way the process was going. From my professional integrity and professional standards, it wasn't being managed in a proper fashion for me to be accountable to the members. And so I made the move to resign after trying to make it work. You know. Like I said, I remain wholeheartedly committed to the growth of cycling, and I believe that this move, although it might seem, I think it's in the best interest of moving cycling forward, because if we continue doing the same thing, we will not go anywhere, we will not grow. I tried to implement protocols that would bring growth to the cycling, expansion the main thing is to be accountable to the members for whatever monies we make, that it goes back into cycling for the proper growth, for the proper management. And if I'm not seeing that happening and I can't account for it, then I cannot do my job. It's up to the members. I mean, I am resigning because of my professional responsibility that I cannot meet. Whether they want to continue that way or whether the members want to continue that way, it's up to them. I'm just bringing to them what has been occurring and what I had to do from my professional standpoint.
Yeah.
Good. You were elected, not selected, Warren, on the 11th of December 2022, and from then you've been trying to get it together as you, in your professional advice as a CPA, you were trying to get everything sorted out, and apparently you were getting no cooperation from the president or the past federation.
One of the initial, I mean, if you want to put it in context, a timeline, one of the initial things that began some of the problems is that normally on every executive that gets elected in, there's a transfer of whatever assets or files or whatever. There's a transfer that normally takes place. The main asset being the bank account in this case was not transferred, has not been transferred. and the people involved that would make that transfer happen is not cooperating to get that transfer in place. We do find out that cycling is not just the constitution that we have in place, that there's also a company involved, a non-profit company that was set up by the previous executive, and that has created some confusion or controversy in how this transfer has to take place. I think intent or cooperation would make this problem be easier to solve, but we have not been getting that fully from those members. So
What was from your team? The president, the vice president, and the secretary per se. Were they with you, or were they just towing the line?
Initially, I mentioned it. I've been saying that it's a problem. That it has to be transferred at some point. I was giving them reasonable time to say, get this thing going. During that time, I think they understood maybe, but after a while, it seems like I was the one being the problem because I wasn't keeping or trying to keep the operation going by having the previous executive being still in control. I saw that as a major weakness in our system. It created loopholes that we had to try to make workarounds. The workarounds weren't working, and at the end of the day, I would still be accountable, even if they agree or not. I would still be accountable, and so we are here today, after 3 months and more days after I have committed to a reasonable time, that it did not occur. And it seems that I became the problem person because the communication fell apart. Like I said, in the end, there was decisions being made. Things were happening that I did not know of that affected the finances, and the revenues and expenses were not being accounted for properly. What we call irregularities. Normal ways or practices weren't being followed.
Let me just draw a quick, and then if you can help me, let me just quickly, because I was also touted as a bad sheep, no? And I told him, because I had a few sheeps call me and pointed out to me that what I said last week on the show wasn't the real facts, and the treasurer was in line with everything. And so when your letter came out, I sent a copy to about 3 of them. It has lighted up blue, but no one has answered me since. So I was worried that me crazy when I said my thing, but when I see your letter, I say, okay, then, but I'll draw a quick synopsis, and there was a simile. Mm-hmm. UDP was voted out 2020. PUP won the election, overwhelming. The then Prime Minister, Minister of Finance was Dean Barrow. Now the new Prime Minister is Johnny Briceño, and he's also sitting as the Minister of Finance. What I'm seeing in this situation here is that the election has gone, the new committee was voted in, and they still cannot maintain the finances of the Federation. That would seem to me that Dean Barrow is still signing Johnny Briceño check. I don't know I haven't seen in my lifetime where that could have happened. Dean Barrow still has control of this present government finances. And when they want money, Dean Barrow sign one check. Hold on, Johnny. How is it that?
Like, for example, certainly, first of all, I think what we need to clarify or to clear up for the public what position you held in the executive. You were the treasurer.
Treasure.
Right?
Yeah.
No. The treasurer is responsible for the finances, right? In terms of procurement, what would have been the process in terms of procurement for services or items or whatever relating to the Cycling Federation, please? How could you describe how that would work?
How it should
How it should work?
How it should have.
How it should have.
worked. The main expenses of the federation is the running of races. There's estimates made as to how the race would be run, what are the costs involved. Those estimates would be presented to the executive. The executive then would agree to that budget, and therefore that's the spending that would take place. So once we accept that, when I see if bills come that are in line with that estimate and things in the estimate, I would then say yes, they go ahead and we could make the payment. In normal cases, it would be a check, or nowadays online systems, we would make that payment because it would be approved. That payment by check would be me as the treasurer signing the check, and either in our case it would have been either the president or the vice president being the other signatory. So in that way, I would be aware of every payment that would have been made.
Because
And
the
so
treasurer
that's-
had to sign.
Right,
Because
and
it
that's
says,
supposed to be
has
the
to-
reality.
And that's the
But what is
control.
happening? What is happening now? How would payment be made?
Okay, a request would have to go to Perry, basically, who is the treasurer, who the person running the account, and then he sends a check either to whoever. If Alisa, the president, says I can make the payment, the check goes to her. In some cases, initially I had made payments in advance and then get back the payment from them, but all had to go through Perry. Now, like I said, workarounds, I was trying to do workarounds, so we say, okay, if that is the case, at least we follow the protocol where when that request is made, it would be a request made from me, the treasurer, and one of the other two signatories. We had payments, checks that were requested by the president that I didn't know anything about. Some of them, it was things that I had objected to, and payments still occurred that I found out after that were made. So at this point, there are some payments that were made that still has not been accounted for. And like I said, there are some payments that were made that I found out after of how they were made.
And that experience right now, is that you being an accountant, are those proper protocols
No.
in any organization?
No.
No, you can't get
You
deep value
say,
and tell me no check.
Yeah, but I want to hear it from the accountant because he's the expert. Yeah,
okay.
Like
right?
the sign,
I might
again,
have done that this
the check signing part, like I said, there's a workaround to that. You can create controls that would, if you follow those controls, it's not something you want to do forever. It would have been being done for the best interest of getting things operating, but outside, I mean, the next step after that is that when you make expenses, there's accountability. There's receipts provided that show that where the money went. In other words, if this is the money that went, this is what it was paid for, and therefore you get back a receipt as proof as to where the money went. When you're not getting back receipts, then you can't tell whether, I'm not saying you can't tell either way if it was paid for the proper thing or not.
Yeah.
And that's why it's irregular, you know, you don't know where that money went. It should have been for this, but until you get back a receipt or something to prove that has occurred in my profession, it only happens if there's proof that it happens. It's called accountability. Some people misinterpret it to be trust. I say trust is why we are together. Accountability is when you follow that trust and
Execute.
account for where exactly execute. So it's not whether it's trusting somebody. It's not whether I don't know. You can't say if this went wrong or if it didn't pay that, but it's not showing the proof that you have paid what you said you would have paid.
And help me here quickly, maybe. How do we fix this?
Well, what can happen is that they can call an extraordinary meeting, and amongst the members, they can pass a resolution that Mr. Gibson does certain things to put things right. But because we're dealing with a company, if it is that does not work, then it can only come down to a court action. But because courts are reluctant to get into the management of companies, you would have to get leave of the court to bring a derivative action to compel Mr. Gibson or whosoever. And I'm not stating this as fact whether Mr. Gibson is in control of anything or nothing, but if it is that he is in control of it and he is doing whatever, then that would be the way to go, to bring an action to compel him to hand over the accounts.
I see something in the bylaws which states it's at 5A. Upon a requisition being presented to the secretary, signed by at least 10 members, stating the question in the front of resolution intended to be brought forward, the secretary shall within 7 days thereafter summon an extraordinary general meeting,
Yeah.
and not less than 14 days but not more than 21 days after the date of the notice, someone in the same for the consideration, determination as such, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
So
but
you need 10 members to do that.
you need, yes, you have to have the requisite number of members, but you have to understand there's a quagmire here, because if you were to go to the company's registry, who are the members? If you look at the constitutional documents, which would have been the articles which relates to the running of the Cycling Federation of Belize Central Zone, there are still 2 subscribers, which would be 2, well, I don't want to call it a name, but what appears on the document is Urson Butler and Perry Gibson. So, in essence, at the company's registry, you still only have 2 members. So what happened to all the teams What happened to all the cyclists who have paid their registration fees? They do not appear at the company's registry as members. So who could be able to call a meeting? Only the two persons who are
with
there.
with their corporation.
Of
it has
course.
to be with their. I mean.
So in essence, what has happened and what is now the reality is that Cycling Federation of Belize Central Zone has been operating for years without proper protocols, in the sense that if you're going to have a company limited by guarantee with members, those members should be there
Their
so
owners.
that if there is annually, if a member does not renew his membership or so, that should reflect on the records. And in relation to that, if they're not doing that, well, we have a company which is just there with 2 members only. Now,
Okay.
that comes down to the whole thing, because if I can recall, Kayakatus wanted to trigger early elections.
I remember that.
She had the requisite numbers of members to trigger an extraordinary meeting.
What happened?
And what happened? They stonewalled it.
Oh.
They stonewalled it. So she couldn't trigger the elections, and so
Then I follow
the only thing that could have happened was for her to go to court and file for derivative action. But when you have to dealing with the courts, that's money. You have to retain a lawyer.
I was thinking, as we speak, and they couldn't get their
I
account.
didn't understand that.
We couldn't get the Heritage bank account back because that's not in the new federation name. Couldn't this new federation go and open a new bank account at a different bank and just ask the old guard to just give us what you have for us? Since I don't want to give you for we account the Heritage, make I go to Atlantic Bank maybe, open an account and ask them for give me a check for whatever amount say for we, and we put that in a free Atlantic Bank account, and we start roll new and all donation and everything start registration start to come to that. What would happen there?
It is not that easy, because you're talking about legal acrobatics here. Because if it is a company, then only those persons who are members can drive that company. So in essence, and this is something that I've shared with many persons, because we join organizations, we join companies, we join different non-profit organizations, not knowing exactly what are the legal implications, not knowing what is the legal environment we're getting
The
into.
responsibility.
So in terms of that, the only persons who can drive Central Cycling Federation of Belize Central Zone would be the members there at the company's registry. No bank is going to say, I'm going to open an account on the basis of what
Okay,
you're telling me.
I was thinking maybe if the NOC, who the government election, or the sports council gives the new federation a letter stating that at an election held on the 11th of December 2022, these were the 4 persons duly elected as executive of the Second Federation of Belize, and with that, another bank still wouldn't look at it.
That's like your neighbor telling you, hollering from across the yard to say, neighbor, please do this and that. This is your yard. National Olympic Committee cannot tell a private company what to do. They're in the same, they're a separate entity. They may collaborate for certain things, and it could be that in terms of what is in their bylaws, Olympic Committee may do certain things in relation to elections and whatever. But
Can we find out maybe what's the thing we do that we don't go to court now? You call it, you have a name. We want to govern with mediation. Can we go to mediation and can we ask the old crowd why the new crowd can't get bank account and can't get
the company back. The old code hold on to that. They hold on to the bank account, and the old code expect that the new code will lay back and just take that. That who will vote in this new code, no man?
I would want to think that Urson and Perry will ride off into the sunset and say, look, you know, we have to have continuity for the purpose. When they became the subscribers and the original members of Cycling Federation of Belize Central Zone, it was not for them, it was for a purpose. It was to promote cycling, and there must be continuity with the election of subsequent members in the executive role. So I would hope that they would just say, I will ride off into the sunset and leave the new executive to do their thing.
Under normal circumstances, that would have been what
Right
should have
off.
taken.
We don't need horse. I could bring horse from a farm for them, man. If I not could ride off into the sunset, I got horse. I don't need how much horse I need. I could bring horse. Saddle
So
too.
it would have been a simple thing as cooperating and with good intentions. If you had set it up with good intentions,
But Warren,
why is there a problem
And under the new
in
company, Warren, I was speaking to my boss, and the new company, they were hard to register. The old code hard to register back then. That company though, and
there are
the new
in the future
company
coming
Yeah.
up.
That-
There's an NPO act
Yes, that
that
okay.
would make the make
They
it
can
difficult.
register again.
Again, it would be the same protocols that I was trying to bring to this federation. I mean, besides the bank stuff, there's also operating protocols that would need to be set up under the new NPO that has followed what are policies and procedures to running one organization. Those are the simple things that I was trying to bring to the federation.
We were with that company.
Which they're not aware. I mean, you don't know aware of. Or I think they just used to operating at a certain level, and you know. But the new act would make it mandatory that certain protocols have to be followed, policy and procedures, or the government or the regulator would have a right to step in and correct or
So
try
the government will have
on behalf of the members.
the government will help we.
Like just like other regulators in the country, you know, for banking institutions, for the credit unions, for insurance, we all have regulators. The NPO Act will do that, but until that come about, I mean, we have this dilemma.
You couldn't wait till that come forward, no?
Well, all of that was on the horizon. I mean, I was looking at different things. Like I said, I think we could have done more within the executive to have things work. So again, that's where I don't know. Maybe the members need to ask the rest of the executives why they choose to follow certain protocols.
That's why they see me as one goat and one bad boy, you know, because they leave members there, they run right to they want to do they want eat to the eye.
I was told that I tried to bring
anything.
things.
I haven't seen a weaker bunch.
Like I said, I went there to operate at a certain level of professionalism. I think that could help and would have helped the federation to grow to our next level. It's there. I mean, I see potential. If we start to look at it as a business, set it up right, it can grow. It's not just about running races and knowing the technicalities of a race. That's one thing. The separation of the different sections of the responsibilities would have made management much easier. It's growing beyond just having 4 people on the executive running it. It's way beyond that, and they still continue to think that it can be run that way. I mean, we need people, we
Well,
need
I was-
volunteers, we need people in all those different areas.
Questions?
We have questions. We're gonna try to show the comments, but the tool that I got right. So I don't know if anyone want to answer questions. I'm not sure because that's my
just in
read
the
up.
event, if and one.
If you don't want, I you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so
Well, Warren, I was telling you that when you put up yourself to run, I was more than that. I will make the slate. I mean, good. I tell everybody, you don't get one. You don't get a CPA. They get a free service easy like that.
No.
CPA don't
There's
CPA don't play
a
so
certain
that.
level of integrity
Yeah,
involved there that comes out of
Yeah,
years,
CPA.
years of, you know, in my profession, that it's holding up standards. And so I have to follow standards. I mean, if they're not to that standard, I can't come below that to meet them. This is what I practice. This is what I recommend. If they want to operate, like I said, if they want to operate like differently, I'll respect to that. But I'm just saying it's not.
That I try world standard for
You can't. I don't see it growing much more than where it is now. If we don't make those
I hold up
changes.
standard and they.
Yeah.
I don't think that I don't like now, but I just hold up standard against them, man. I vote for them now. So I have to tell them, I never expect this for now, so I wouldn't want me to know. Like the rest of members and those people, we don't know what me.
Keep them honest. Keeping them honest.
We don't can't do that, man.
So, do you want to take any questions?
I don't know any questions here? No.
Yeah, I had one question from Mr. Elston Wade. He said, please explain more about the purported company which is running the affairs of the Federation. Who approved the establishment of a company? Want to read it again? Get it.
I'm gonna get it. We became a company after BCA, after we lost BCA to
Recycling Association.
And then when we became Federation had to be, and so people ask me a question, maybe we can try to see if we can. CFB had to come under a company? Because BCA was on a business name.
Yeah.
Couldn't the CFB go on a business name as well? We had to come company.
Well, from what I understand, I may be wrong, but I understand that they had the Cycling Association, and that association was formed by certain persons. And when it came down to the same thing like this,
that was
there was continuity, they had problems with transferring the process of transferring from one group of persons to the elected persons. That caused the controversy, which then led to the formation of Cycling Federation of Belize. But what happened is that when you deal with UCI is the parent organization, which then has federations from different countries that come under it. So Belize, in order to be a part of that whole organization, had to have its federation. And within this entity here, if you notice, it's Cycling Federation of Belize Central Zone. I understand, and I would have to do some research on it, but there are other entities which would have been like, the concept would have been you had a central, western, southern, so then you would have had these groups which then would have formed the federation, which then came under the UCI bigger parent organization. So in terms of Cycling Federation of Belize Central Zone, that particular entity was formed or promoted and subscribed by these two individuals. And I think the intent would have been to then carry on and then accept members which then would have formed the membership, because like when you form a company, you normally start with the subscribers, the persons who would have formed the company. And then from there, as you start to accept people into it, then those persons become a part of the company, whether it's by shareholding or by being members who guarantee put a guarantee in terms of the liability of the company itself. So because they needed to form this body, they formed the Central Cycling Federation of Belize Central Zone, and that's where it has been going on from since then.
I had a question about that. So you said that they have the central, right? So the idea based on that, if they have different bodies for different districts, so that
Right.
so south, north, and so forth.
Yeah.
So if that did happen, the people who the members of the south and north would have a say in agreements. It wouldn't just come down to
In terms
central.
of their Southern Cycling
might not-
Federation of
yeah.
Belize Southern Zone, Western Zone, Northern Zone. So the idea would have been that you would have had from the Belize district, you would have had everybody who are within this jurisdiction a part of this particular entity. Then all those in Dangriga, PG would have been a part of the Southern Zone, Western Zone, Northern Zone. And then all these entities fall under one federation, which is recognized and accepted by UCI, right? But unfortunately, I guess maybe the Northern, the Western, and the Southern couldn't.
One year, one election, we voted for that though.
Right.
We voted for West. I mean, it kind of was the president of the country,
Right,
Daniel.
okay.
I
Oh,
think-
yeah.
Shannon Zabane was the South.
Southern?
We had that at one
Oh,
election.
nice.
We had a
Okay.
central-
Funny history, I remember
We
that
had
they
it.
were they
Because
set
what?
up, and then I think at some point they voted to change back the constitution from the different federations back to one.
Okay.
That's why we end up back with one. I
Okay.
mean, from my memory as to what was
Yeah.
occurring at
Because
the time.
we had voted in election for those zones.
Right,
I can
right.
recall.
Right.
And then there was a federation that governed all the other regional, what they call regional, something
See,
like
remember
like
that thing?
FFP.
Remember that thing? No, remember that thing? Follow when anything change?
Yeah.
Nobody, like a lot, like we just dead for ride bicycle. And we don't care when they do it, they slap you, they box you, they bite you, and they don't do nothing. They least concern. So I'm going to car back over next week Saturday.
Oh. So, time fly by so quick.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I mean, long and short of it is that cycling is a very fragile sport. It's one of the sports that requires the most money in sponsorship, most money in terms of you buy your supplements, those things cost. In terms of the machine that you ride, those bikes are very expensive. And in terms of the rewards, it's just the glory of it that is priceless. But if you're looking to make a living off it, you won't make it here in Belize. And so when things like this happen, I was happy that as the wheel turns started to highlight and showcase cycling, because it brought back
Yeah.
that feeling, that excitement and the interest. And so we see along with that, people are gravitating towards the sport and showing and supporting. So when things like this happen, it's not about an individual, it's not about Warren, it's not about Perry, it's not about Erskine, it's not about either of you, it's about all of us, it's about the athletes. And that is the main focus, that should be the main focus of it. And so I just hope this is not to, we need to get it right. And it's not about, okay, let's lay blame here and lay blame there or whatever. If we come together and we can pass over our differences and put our pride aside and have a sober discussion, and work together, we can protect this. Because when it comes down to it, if we don't, we'll go right back to square one. Because the glory days when we used to have the massive crowds out there, it went away and it's building back. But things like these will destroy it right back again. And it drives away the corporate sponsors because it's already, these times are very tight and people want to spend their money where it's properly invested, and nobody wants to invest in controversy. So if we don't get it right, we will destroy the sport, and ultimately we will destroy the opportunities, the hopes and glories that these athletes look forward to. So let's do what we can to preserve the sport, for the benefit of everybody and for Belize. And my parting shot, Ruben Martinez, Team Emanes, man, I'm glad to say the team they out there. Respect. I'm a Bali fan way back.
Well, we had a little discussion. I know we could have stayed all night and continue to talk. But what I love, to be honest, a lot of them words you want to say, or what I think you want to say. So like, I just listen. They're way above me. But definitely want to thank you guys to show up tonight and express, the fans me want to hear.
Warren, a lot of people call me, text me. They discuss. They're very upset with the federation, and they basically said to tell you big respect, Warren, for what you did, and I personally like to thank you again for even stepping up and put up yourself for election. It would have been so great if that situation could have been remedied sooner enough, and to keep someone like you, a chartered public accountant, when chartered accountant roll a pen and roll a paper, tighten up now. We got $20,000 bill.
Yeah.
He was willing to do this for us for free, and so we will really miss you and your services that you provided to us free of charge. It was excellent. So thanks.
Yeah.
You can help with a Weekend Warriors?
Yeah, Weekend Warriors. We don't got any problem there.
So guys, I know.
I'm still committed to seeing this sport move forward. I'm still committed to put in the systems, whichever group
Yeah, we need to
wants that progress, wants to make that improvement. I'll be there to provide that. As long as they're ready for it, I can do it for them. I mean, that's my profession. Always ready for at that part. A lot of people know me on the road as a cyclist, but that's my professional part. And that's what I was bringing here. That's what I want to still bring here, what I want to see. Because that's how we will grow. If we set up the systems the proper way, that's the only way it would provide room for us to grow.
And that's why I vote for Warren, because that called me to preach growth. We're going forward and say, forward we're going. So let's go. What's the forward I want to go forward?
Yeah.
Let me give you, gentlemen, closing remarks.
That was.
That's okay, all right.
I'm still here.
Closing remarks is, as I said, let's close the circle. Let's close the circle.
Yeah.
This is not about an in-personam attack. We just need to come together, put pride and put egos aside, and let's get this thing going. We have a lot of viewers out there. They're expecting every week to hear what's great and happening in cycling. So we have the crowd. Let's sell it to the crowd. Cycling is back again. It's on top.
I want to thank you guys for coming on. So we take a short break and then come back. 11 prizes for giveaway, folks, and then we talk about the junior cross country and the upcoming women cross country.
Oh, women.
Women, yeah. So thank you.
Hear me now. This is a Soul Fire production. Soul Fire production.
as the wheels turn. Every Thursday night at 6:30 as the wheels turn. Racing through the streets and through the hills as the wheels turn. Every Thursday night we pedaling as the wheels turn. Streaming live with third owner, so yes, I sit and watch as the wheel turns. My bike is where I get my thrill. Up and down, riding through the hills. I have no fear as I climb and change my gear. Through the valley so steep, now we on the street. Yeah. As the wheels turn. Every Thursday night at 6:30 as the wheels turn. Racing through the streets and through the hills as the wheels turn. Every Thursday night we pedaling as the wheels turn. Streaming live with third owner, so yes.
Welcome back to As the Wheel Turns. But Palas, you rum?
Who drink, man?
Palas, last week we won some prize. We were unable to, but tonight we want to give 11 quick prize. And while we ask the questions, we want to continue to talk about the
The junior.
yeah, you know what kind of area that you see the
I love it, though.
but,
I know it.
so you have to put on your cap and you have to trade places because I feel.
Sorry about it.
But make we ask the first question of the night, and
Okay.
this you win what one? One shoes, Palace, one pair of shoes. You know for who?
Courtesy Tom's.
Go to the terms.
Los Angeles, California,
Yeah,
one Belizean company out in Los Angeles, California.
Who is the main sponsor of the Junior Cross Country 2023? Give the company that is the main sponsor of the Junior Cross Country and win yourself that nice pair of shoes. Come on, folks, quick. Yeah,
Can I answer?
No, can't.
Oh,
Okay. Pal, the Junior Cross Country. Oh,
Never bell?
Bell. When it's on, I think my legal grandson come and carry some Bell.
Yes, he worked it.
Yeah. So one here. So, get I thinking caption. Tishibu?
No, man. He's the Tishi.
Tishi
But
boy,
I mean, that
is it-
Tishi doing something else, boy.
Oh, more when you win the female one, you win the male
Yeah,
one.
I got the female one for Tishi.
More questions that come up. Oh, we have to ring the bell. Ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell. Yeah. Yeah, bell.
Alright, Tishi.
All right,
You know?
Yeah. Well, that one the female questions that come. I mean, the male.
This is for Tishi, man. You can't double dip.
Yeah.
So you know win this.
That prize, all right, yeah. You said by who that was given by?
Tom's.
Tom's, okay. The second question for tonight. What year did Gianlino win the Junior Cross Country? What year did Gianlino win the cross country? And you get this boy. Junior Cross Country, eh? And you get your winner, Lee. Marie Sharp, and he hot pepper sauce. Nice, huh? We want to thank Marie Sharp. Patrick dropped in there for me. So the question is, what year did Gianlino won the Junior Cross Country? And you win yourself that little package of ring the bell. Who is the lucky winner? Devin. Devin who?
Devin Major.
Devin Major? Oh, the young.
Make sure it's
Major. Watch out, that man rode awesome in the Junior Cross Country for us.
Devin.
Very good. He got the trophy bigger than him.
He came out. You though?
He have the youngest rider will finish.
You then?
Youth.
Okay.
But he don't start big already. He can left there in, boy. Gone left there in.
Oh, wait. Devin Libera.
Yes,
Oh, by
yeah,
far.
yeah, by far.
By far, I bet I'm big brother.
Yes.
Big brother.
We want to thank
Where's
Marie
the
Sharp for that nice prize. So we want to go down 2 paper, pal. Yes, I get 2,
man?
right?
Yeah, get two. Because
Yeah.
Devin don't need four paper.
Yeah.
You don't need that. Brother work there.
Third question of the night. What junior rider won the junior cross country and that won the whole Saturday cross country? Give the name of the rider that won the junior cross country and his dad won the whole Saturday cross country, and you win yourself a t-shirt from the Alfred
That's
Parks.
the junior name I need, right?
Just a junior name, just a junior name I need. And you win a nice, beautiful shirt. It's a Wahoo. Cyclists know what a Wahoo, right? They make say everybody say shocks. It's a nice shirt, given by the Alfred Parks Memorial Foundation. Big up the. No. It's just which junior rider won the junior cross country and that win whole Saturday cross country. Easy question, folks. Easy.
First and last name, right?
Huh?
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. Good.
Sorry.
No, well?
Nothing got, yeah, correct. But when I click, the person who won, he gone up to the third. They scroll
Okay,
up,
so-
they scroll up.
So who's the winner?
Fernando Rosado is our winner.
Boy, Fernando Rosado win 2 years ago. Fernando Rosado, I tell you, in my eyes, Fernando Rosado one of the most improved rider. He get the how call it? He get that judge about out, so the man really they step up to the plate, Palace. And okay, what you said?
But
the man-
Fernando back zinc cross country, so they can't back zinc.
but regardless, big up yourself, Fernando. Me and Jordan say,
Back your zinc, Fernando.
I'm impressed with you. I'm impressed with you and your lead brother because people they say Donis, but you said to the young boy. I beg somebody in the US for please get a nice bike for or little Richie Rosado. That man that bike in the ride, that bike there, that Palace that bike there, red.
At 50
Don't
pounds.
let that kid right now. Good race.
Good race, yes.
He
so
might need a,
big up.
if they continue back then, they need a $7 surgery. Like a lose now.
Yeah. Who I want to big up in a junior too? I want to big up with Lee Boy. Devante Bennett, that man rode awesome when I know. Watch out.
He was what?
Fifth.
He dropped out a bomb. I said
The
that.
Devante family that I said that the family members must jump up to Chicago. Watch out, they come here and say, Mr. Donis, we had fun. We jump up and say, thank you for bringing this thing live.
You see me right now?
Huh? He ride, without actually,
He ride on
on a touch button, he may sign up
He
on
ride
the,
with, he may sign on
which one is sign on now?
Top Flight.
Top Flight,
Top
yeah,
Flight,
yeah.
So,
So one definitely big up.
Top Flight
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And the kid, Keith Enright, awesome.
Awesome
Top
too,
Flight
right.
come off on one
Okay.
broken hand.
Right, so.
Right.
Then
Top Flight kids.
you don't know, Junior.
Then junior too. You know.
Yeah. Is that one?
Oh, folks, remember to like and subscribe, right? That's the word?
Yeah.
To our YouTube channel. Yes, moving on to the fourth question of the night. And the prize, the t-shirt again, this time I get to a catchable because from the Alfred Parks Memorial Family Foundation again. Watch out.
Catch the ball.
They give so much prize. Then people are really into cycling. I mean, you just talk about bicycle, they're not keen, they just want to give them prize. And so the question is, which elite cycling team have won 3 former junior cross country champion? Which elite cycling team have 3 former junior champion?
And none of Los Lagos Stingers, okay? Hang on, you think of Los Lagos Stingers.
Yeah. So, make we get some ring the bell quick. Which elite cycling team have 3 former riders who junior champion? They on the team there.
Oh, junior champion.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the elite team. Yeah, Palace, the junior race was so exciting Sunday. I mean,
I want you to tell way long after Hattieville and we most of the fireworks on this most of the fireworks on Hattieville.
yes,
Or
and
something more. Because they two get from far too.
they got away Unitedville,
Wow.
what we call Three Sisters, right?
Back
away,
Mount
yeah. Actually, from them, they rode all the way to the city.
They share prizes.
They share prizes.
I'm
prizes.
sure.
And when they get closer to
But
town,
people never understand the controversy and you could explain that to them.
Yeah.
Why
yeah.
because you know
You keep an eye right on
fans
it.
they don't understand that.
Yeah. The controversy came when
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. Who is the winner? And what's the answer?
It's a S. Who is
Yeah.
this?
Who that?
S.
no Este.
Westruck.
Tell the president put the name in the
Huh?
comment.
No Este.
Westruck is the correct
Test,
answer
eh?
indeed. Huh?
STES.
Oh. And remember, all them prize I could pick up that news by shop. No, please come from the prize, guys. When we take too long.
What they telling you full name, okay?
Maybe like Steven Sylvester.
That's why I said tell the president put
Yeah,
Because-
please give him a
because-
full name.
Name, put
Because-
your full name because we look for
ID.
this.
Yeah.
Bring
Steven.
up-
That's Steven.
Steven?
Steven Sylvester?
And on the Sylvester, yeah. it is
Okay.
Steven
Okay.
Sylvester. That for we Steven Sylvester.
Yes, man, Steven
We
Sylvester.
boy.
Yeah.
Gentlemen?
Yeah. Yeah, he rode well too. He rode in the junior cross country.
Is that our guy?
Yeah, Steven.
Is that our guy? Yeah.
No, Steven Sylvester does. What the kid name does work for you?
No, he's a different
No.
Sylvester.
Oh, Steven Sylvester by the shop.
Yeah, shop
Shop.
cycling. Yes,
Shop.
yes.
Gentle Giant.
Gentle Giant. Yeah. So he's the winner. Moving on to the 5th prize. Remember, the 11th prize tonight, and we want to get rid of this prize while we talk about the junior.
The
cross country.
controversy. What we the price
The 5th one. Name 2 brothers that won the junior cross country, and you win a nice Shimano battle by the Alfred Parks, by the canonical Alfred Parks Memorial family. So name two brothers that won the two. Name 2 brothers that won the junior cross country. Easy. Yeah.
Brothers.
2 brothers that won the junior cross country. That's in the history. That's why I tell them people study cycling because these are where part of the questions they come from. No,
Just get
junior.
word that Devontae also came
we don't-
first in his high school race tonight.
All right, see, we
Wesley
understand.
College.
We understand
Big
that.
up Devontae.
Yeah, next week we'll probably and by that this show get the time to short palace. So for second-
Guys, that Michael and Charlie, okay? Can I do right now?
Young man, you can't double dip.
Oh,
Why?
no double dipping.
So Anthony Reyes is our winner.
Anthony Reyes. You know, they have to bring ID because I know who are so many people. You understand?
Yeah, bring ID.
That's to bring ID that the shop when they can collect the prize. But please, when we left no prize by Shop Lankas, Palace.
Yeah, disappear.
Palace and clear up. You understand? We want to be.
Can't live on the price over no montage,
Yeah,
man.
you have to come from the
You want to
prize.
see me roll over a whole shot, okay? Good.
Yeah, all right. That's the 5th question of the night. The 6th. Moving on. Okay, so the all in one, yeah. All in the question except the last one will be about the women cross country. So question number 6, and you're going to choose there. What year did the women cross country get started? What year? And I get this and this come out. We can research this on the internet. So, so what year did the female cross country get started? I think that's the year, right? That
Woman?
Yeah. That's what it on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yes,
correct.
sir.
So give that and you win that shoes.
We don't say who win, right? Just
No. Who win us? Yeah, when they start, we want to win the prize quick.
That means people could use the internet right now for
They could use it.
Yeah, go fine.
They're right there. You could use it. But we want to really thank them people giving the prize because much more prize. I was visited by my good friend today, Ricky Pine. Ricky Pine is in town. Well, we know Ricky Pine. Ricky Pine ride with Oswald Bowman and
Ricky
what?
Pine this morning, like, per house, to be honest.
Yes, he's here. He
So
dropped by.
Ricky's done?
He dropped by
Yeah,
and
him.
he dropped by and he give me shirt. So I have 2 kids who I give shirt to. I don't give the bib, nice bib to a young kid. Young Miguel Jones Jr. get a nice bib, and then I have an ex young man who just like ring the bell.
Elston Wade is our winner.
Elston Wade, yeah. The way we win the battle.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So Elston come pick up a battle.
Come on,
Oh, the shoes. Oh, the shoes.
Yeah, before that.
No, who win?
the Butler Sylvester.
Oh, the battle Sylvester. Oh, so the shoes are Elston. You're right. Yep.
So we started with shoes?
Anthony Reyes, Con, and Elston Wade after Steven Sylvester. I don't know the names.
All right, just make sure. Yeah,
So
just
Elston
make
Wade
sure,
win the
make
shoes?
sure you have the inner order. So Elston Wade.
This guy fit you, no good. Okay,
Yeah, Tishibuko exchange.
yeah, look,
Yeah.
one swap out.
Question number 7.
Courtesy Tom's. All I know is that Tom's the company.
Yeah.
It's a US company.
It's a US
Actually,
company.
Very,
They look nice
very,
though.
very believed by well.
Okay.
Nice
Yes,
footwear.
man. Okay,
I think
cool.
when they do his name, make shoes and give out to certain countries too.
Every shoe
Okay.
you
Yes.
pair you buy,
Buy.
they give one to
Yeah, Tom nice,
Oh,
nice company.
that's awesome, yeah.
Yeah. So they got a good initiative.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Question number 7. Name the woman that name the champion. The why we say woman female? Because I can use female and they correct me over and over and say, but it's funny if I say woman and a female.
Woman or female, don't tell me no crazy. It's okay, good.
Yeah, I get lecture, right?
I don't
Yeah.
really-
So,
really-
which woman won the
In 2005.
in 2005? Who won in 2005? Women champion 2005, and you win yourself a mini pack again from Marie Sharp. Big up Marie Sharp. Bring in a nice hot pepper. I don't mind me little my Marie Sharp.
4 flavors.
Yeah. And the thing is with Sad Palace, we can win a prize, boy.
I want Mr. Atu show, no?
Yeah, I want Miss
I wait
Antuto.
till when price get big, though.
Yeah,
Mr. Atu show, I can't tell me no more.
yeah, Pal,
What's the question?
the question that who won in which woman won in 2005?
5.
Yeah.
Because I need to call
Wow,
it.
I said everything up on the internet. She won solo.
Kaiso?
Yeah, she won solo.
I'm a family.
Your family.
Yeah.
Okay. Pal, quite a number of junior riders line up, and boy,
I
the Guatemala and Ghana bad early. But I don't see it. Yeah, huh?
You too.
What
But
makes-
when it come in, like the American Western movie,
Yes.
when a white man left in the desert, water. Just heat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he wrote-
different heat for Guatemala.
he wrote his heart out. He wrote his heart out.
Will the last name alone work, or you want the
You know something? Lex, we need to get any prizes, so the last
Let's
name will
go.
work. The last name will work.
the Jamal Paris is our winner?
Jamal Perez, what the answer I give?
Sutherland.
Sutherland. We're doing this.
Antia.
Antia Sutherland is the correct when you win a mini pack. Yeah. Moving on to question number 8. How many cross country did Kayakatus won? How many women cross country Kayakatus won? Easy, right? This is correct, right?
Wait, what have you got?
Then people could read lips and I can't say. I think this question come up already.
Okay.
Huh? Yeah, and you win yourself. You win, you win 2 cliff shots. And this again by the Alfred Parks.
On look at the left hand boat. On look at the left hand boat. Because we get cross country, the corner
Yeah.
will disappear, okay?
Yeah, they're nice too. Ring the bell. Huh? She's the answer, yes. Who won that?
Anthony Marine.
Anthony Marin. Why? Anthony trained back, you know?
You ready, man?
Yeah. So pick up your prize. Big up the Alfred Parks Memorial family. Question number 9.
The last one. We get 11?
No,
Okay.
11.
Okay, good.
How many cross country did Shaline Zabane win? How many cross country did Shaline Zabane win? No. So no, the question I run out of questions, so I have people to help me, and they say all the information I get off of the internet. So when I go there, I go grab the answers there quick. Yeah, Paul. With the guy, man, by young Jaheim Lewis, nasty fall early, and
He dropped in Matos, son dropped too?
yes, Adonis Matos.
Matos,
We hope that he have. Well, yeah, he's back.
Don't the right, me said
Don't
right.
ready? Okay, well, good.
Me
Yeah.
said ready, but you
Ring the bell. Who's the winner? Jervis Mavic.
You look at Adonis and behind night rider too,
Yeah.
in a dark eyes tonight, he look like he's smooth though.
Yeah.
Night and the right tooling good.
And this one get which are the ranked one? How much? What the question? What the answer?
Is that 10 now?
5. That's correct. That's
Is that
5.
10 now?
That's 5. And you win yourself, and this prize here.
What's the record? Who has the record?
Three hydrogen drink, and that of Ricky Pine. Ricky Pine that just came in. This he said out pina colada. Pina colada. Nice.
Yeah, good. Or no, the left hand is shop. I don't know.
The man said could drink to whiskey, could drink all kind of thing.
We can ask cross country come up.
So
I can't
thanks
afford to
again.
get scrum.
What the person name I win this now?
Jervis Mavic.
Just Mavid. Okay, make sure I write it. And I say
10.
um,
10.
yeah. No. So we move on to
Question.
number 10. Who is the female cross country record holder? And I'm asking about the time. Who is the women's record holder for the cross country. And win this elite package again, Palace. This is for Eckerd and Carol Phillips. You get 2 bandana
Eckerd.
and Eckerd. Oh, nice.
Stop.
Ring the bell. Who it?
Ruben Martinez.
Mr. Ruben Martinez, boy, big up Mr. Ruben Martinez.
Ruben, you last state, so this confiscated,
Ruben, win this. Ruben, big up Ruben for sponsoring the man is.
Oh, Brenda.
But
She a Mexican?
yeah.
Because hold on to.
Where answer, Alex?
Brenda.
Oh, the top. Okay, cool.
I forget the title. See when we bring her to.
See that?
She wear them for take off.
What? Brenda Aguelo? Oh, something like that. Aguelo. Okay.
She wear them for early doing
Yes,
it,
she-
set on sick record.
regular.
Record I never broke.
I think she should be
Like
correct.
Ron Bauman record. never broke.
Okay, that. And the final question is $25, and this is given by Top Flight. But they say, Mr. Lewis asked me, he said, no Top Flight rider can win this prize. So, Aaron, you outed, you can't win this $25. So, this is for you. And so, he give me, but I changed the answer because I didn't want to be too tough. He said, what month and year did Top Flight farm the name Top Flight? So, give the month and the year, and you win yourself $25 courtesy of Top Flight. You want to big up Top Flight, the young kids. Huh?
Aaron is a tell and
Oh, but Aaron, you can't win this prize, Aaron. This $25. We hope that nobody will win it because we are going to spend this.
$12.50 a piece.
Yeah.
A small steak that each $12.
Okay, good.
Two steak.
So make a ring the bell. By Palace, I say a big thing too for the elite cross country. I said 26 foreigners, but everything Alan in our corner.
No. That list people will get
Ring the bell.
people will get jumping today.
Who won it?
Skin out, January 28th.
Skin out, boy. Long time ago, skin
Skin
out.
out?
I think skin out.
You got ID for that?
I know who that skin out though. The young man, I forgot his name. Yeah, he was always winning prize, pies, all kind of thing he win. Yeah.
Give me the right one spell too.
Yeah, I mean, right good, but I know he probably study. But big up yourself, so.
Quickly the names you see. You know some sending names. The riders sending names internationally. But if you don't send in, I could send in 10 names, but it's only 3 could come.
Okay.
So I don't have to pick my best 3 or if that one can't come, I could replace. But if you wait last minute and you only send 3 names and one of them get hurt or one number 4, you not send number 4 names, so you're done. So man don't send in 10 names, everybody send a lot of names, but you only could bring in 3. You got the man and a lot of names, you could bring in 3.
Aaron said that wrong, but you have January 2021.
Huh? No. I never want to use a date. I just January 20. That Mr. Lewis, listen to me, Aaron.
Give you the answer.
Listen, Aaron, that Mr. Lewis gave us the answer. So you know, can't call that wrong. That Mr. Lewis, you are part. You are part of Top Flight. You are not the owner of Top Flight. Top Flight gave us when you saw. So one that I'm going to tell you, skin out. So Aaron, you can't tell me that me wrong. That Mr. Lewis, the owner, the man man in the team, tell me.
They was Aaron, man. Oh, boss, you put a bit on the road, though.
But we want to thank each and every one that took part in the prize giving. Palace, like I said, the show is too short because you say time fly by so quick, right? Then you don't come later, but within you don't.
I don't make up for that.
You don't make up for that. Junior cross country, give me your take on how the juniors ride. Do you think that?
I want Alex question about the finish and the controversy. First thing we went wrong, there were no barriers.
Okay.
I will told me last night that they had asked Roque for the barriers, but Roque had already rented all. Boeing had a family sports day. So they couldn't do nothing with barriers. So you can't bash the federation and say that they don't got barriers. They couldn't get no barriers, but maybe in hindsight they should get at least 200 foot of rope.
Yeah, exactly.
Two tips for the whole rope. Because what happened is that without barriers, when
the sprint come in,
one
person looks on the next person.
People stand, everybody start people. People for me, I got the people far behind you. I'm farther than you.
The next person people.
Far. So what happened when a lead boy say, I'm sure he saw his life flashing before him when he said them people. I think so. That could have caused also him to be fearful, breaks, and maybe even swerve from the people. Cause people are psychics are catching the people. No? So when he swerves, so now he look like he come closer to Rojas. So that could have been it too. So.
Yeah.
But I look at it, the tape. I look at JION. JION showed me the best of me, and I don't think there was no infraction for the guy to be relegated to second place. I don't see it. But and JLN was stronger than Rojas. People said Rojas stronger. No, then he run number Rojas. After he dropped a bump on Rojas, and Rojas drop a bump on him and put him out. You can be weaker. If you're weaker, you don't have to catch Rojas. You run along back.
But while at the behind, I hear somebody tell us something that they wrong about, and when they tell us that they wrong about the boy, I know where the man get the energy from, but the man dig deep. Yeah, so.
Jalen needs to use a bigger gear though. He's too light. And so you see that sprint when you get about, you see that.
Yeah, okay.
We don't get about seat, you could get bigger Jalen, and then you might pick up more speed when you get up your seat.
Yeah.
But when you get up your speed, you don't pick up much speed because the gear was too light. Even chasing, he chased all the way the spin past small gear compared to Rojas, who is a more pedaponga.
Okay.
But in that sprint, if Jalen was one gear bigger, and when he make that burst there, he could have made. I think he can beat and Jalen again. You're young. Rojas going to see that now.
Right.
The elite, and then you still the other thing. But in the future, Jalen, try your best. I personally think you were stronger than Rojas and faster than Rojas. So I don't think he will even drop a bump on Rojas because Rojas are brute force ignorance. So when he catch you, he do the identical thing where we do to you. He drop a bomb back for now and put a gap for now. If Jalen just wait out Rojas and beat on tape with a bigger gear. And he has sufficient time for pass Rojas also on the left. But everybody like diving right.
Well, you know, people say, how cool? You say, Palas called it exactly upon the last week's show. You said, we both said that Rojas was the man to win. And you mentioned that Jalen was the
best man could be. Only going to beat that team there. That team there stuck with talent. So only it would have been so great if he beat that guy. He could beat the whole team. Understand?
Yeah.
But Briceño is talented. Rojas is talented. That they could come up. They got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
You just have to be guided properly, and I'm sure they will improve.
So what kind of mistake you said Jalen really make in the
He make the mistake. He shouldn't have been dropped down for Rojas. Because he was faster. Like sprint they come in, and me and you they come in. Me not drop no bump on you. For what? Me and Bob Gable they come. Why would I drop a bump on Bob Gable? For make you drop a bump on me, I try hold me out.
Yeah.
And I said right there, come in here and beat that tape. Jalen was the faster rider that day. He showed.
Well, I mean,
the people say if you weak, I couldn't get him up.
Well, I've been watching his facial expression. Because I'm up front, like I have the front row seat. I could look in on the face, and we could know when people suffer. They have a few people where have the thing where could hide and thing like the late great Ernest Jamin. Man, you couldn't.
Yeah, he could hide.
He could hide. He have a place where he could. He have a shades. You don't know if he suffer or not suffer.
When he get go, you fighting. Lights out. He go lights out. He smile and get let go.
Right, exactly. But a lot of the riders, you could say their mouth start to open up and teeth start to show. They drop their head. You could see their body language as we just say, right?
I do that just like that when Michael Lewis in 1987 classic. Me and Michael are teammate, and Michael started to sprint long, and I catch her. But when I catch her, the space may look wide enough, but the same thing too, we don't have barriers, and I can make the mistake. I go left and come back and go right, but when I go left, breeze touch you. That's why riders tend to go right,
okay.
Because when you go left, you go in a breeze.
Okay.
So I dip down and I pass Michael. I don't the pass her though. I said me, boy. Hey, what you thinking to me? You ride me to the court? I'm the fool. I'm the fool. That you have to take a chance.
Yeah.
Like El Santos, no, you have to take a chance for going there.
Right. Yeah.
You take a chance, so.
Yeah. But I like I said, all in all, I'm a
Concha?
I think so. Hammerman. All in all, I was very impressed. The fireworks, almost the fireworks. Don't get grumpy.
I don't know what I make
I was very impressed with the juniors on the ride, and especially the youths there. Oh, big up the Griga crowd. We come out.
They were good.
Yeah, they came out. Chavaria just formed a young team. I see somebody mistake. Actually, one of the uncle or aunt of one of the Chavaria, they actually called me and said they enjoyed the live. He said, Mr. Donis, continue to do it. He said, we just love how you bring it. But it explained to me that one of the junior, Igia, no matter work. That's why I ride a huge gear. I say, when I say the rider, I say, why that kid ride such a gear? That's a huge gear him in the ride. I think I want to name Myvit, right? I can't remember all the name good. But Chav said the team young. But we love that Chav, the kids are gone, but now then they bring young blood into this thing, right? And
for the boy come out, Charlie.
What?
Conquers Pantong.
Young, you know something? He'll be one of youth rider. He'll be one of youth rider soon.
Okay.
Young Valangel.
Yeah. He look talented too.
Yeah. Seeing the man here, definitely be talented. He go right through there, Mountain Pine Ridge, climb there. But all the cyclists, young David Major rode excellent.
JION too, make a hero too. When he catch back Rojas, he guide pass her like going up on pace. JION, you cruise into her. You don't see her catch her. You know, run her down. You cruise right into her left arm bicycle behind her, and you sit right there wait for her.
But what amazing!
He guide pass her like that.
What amazing! Through the whole race, they ice in the attack. And they actually share.
But when one soccer gel, next one soccer gel.
Yes, they were share. They were speaking, I guess, for the NSA but loud when we reach closer. So when we reach on a long stretch, then the excitement start. But we want to big up the juniors there.
That was a great race.
Yes,
that was a great race.
Entertainment for the fans and the family members. Now, one next thing where I tell people, right? Each person will have their rider they want to win. So I, as a fan, just take it easy. It's just a sport. You don't have one winner.
Yeah.
But fans go deep because when they go,
but you can tell something, you know, I dig into this now. I want to tell you something.
Say.
People they tell me to, Palas, don't stop that fool there. When my fight broke out in the NBA, the first camera up on the scene at ESPN, we got to see who get punched and who punch who. You run for a punch, make me see that. We will see you when we are fight. You no. But I don't run to the fight. That's how we do it. That's how the world do it. How you think they capture fight in football, basketball, in everything? You have to run to it. When you have fight, you run.
Listen to me. But I explain something to you.
You run to go fight.
I will promote sport and I will promote violence. And lot of young
kids. Yes, I promote sports so, but they want to show the violence. We don't promote violence though.
No.
We will not promote violence, but we will show it.
Well, Paras,
it's the
obscenity where they happen, the among bad language, and I refuse to have that on my life.
Well, we have to get everything we bad.
I don't know how to beep. Yeah. Because but even
people tell me how when Donis run from the war. It draws people to me.
No,
make me see the war.
They're not real coffee. They want to call coffee interfering.
Why? But I'm coffee to watch this live. We do watch it live. Coffee into this thing. Coffee to watch the live. I got to be suck it. True. He said, Donis, I love football, that's why. That's why he said he run for the fight. You want to see who the fight?
No, Mr. Donis not get involved in that. Anyway,
when they start quarrel, Donis, you.
ESPN get paid.
Yeah.
When they start quarrel, you put the mic to them. What do you say? What do you say? You get an interview in the quarrel, Donis.
We are getting a vote on that. We are asking fans there.
You are going to run for all the fight, man.
I'm going to cover the fight now.
Actually, cover the fight. All right.
You spend Pope driving other thing there. If you may cover a fight, that would have been evidence for making us suspend the man so much race. And I show who clap first or who walk first or thing. But you run for that, we're not getting none of that. So the committee, the discipline committee, they were none for go pan. They don't listen to nobody. They just give one race, I give one 4 race. You be there for that. Show who walk and who clap.
Well, for me honest, I hope a blow like a leave breeze like our past Prime Minister, and then the riders could continue ride because he only do bad for the sport. I mean, cause lot of but people will pass over. Like Paul, like when blood get heated, I remember I got suspended for 2 races because I used one kind of word to some rider. I want to apologize, but I didn't get a chance to apologize.
What we get right?
Yes, and they tell me, Andrew, you will be you will get not DQ, you will get suspended for 2 races. And they asked me how you feel about it. I say, of course, I want you to do the right thing because I know one. I say, oh, it's because of Andrew Adonis.
Whenever you slip in me that weekend work and federation, I will cost you. I want to know one. Okay, I want to go suspension. Okay, once on the slip, I will cost it up.
Let's move on to the female. I mean, women.
But you know, for me, I buy a female because so legal right 16 or 17. Those are not women.
Well,
you have 18 for right cross country.
Boy, well, that is.
No, you have 18.
I'm not sure.
But age for cross country.
Yeah. But,
women, female, I don't know.
But this weekend will be very exciting. By the way, fans, I will be beginning live.
For you all, love preservation of happiness and lesbian women. I pray the Lord that be the blow. Forever believe those. When I be blow so, that's when I hear you come out and me and do how you come back. And then a 48 like then go.
And then move.
Once when they go 30 miles, you say 30 miles on doing it.
Yeah.
And then the women are very slow too. The women are very slow and the boy. You want it? Nobody would do the finals like these parks in it. But we need finals to do that too.
So we have names. We have Jessica Chong. That's how you pronounce it, Lex.
The who win last year?
AKA the Chonger.
The Chonger. AKA the Chonger.
She no win last year. Who win last year?
No, last year.
She gone?
Cathy is.
She gone?
She's here. I think she's here.
She's here.
Yeah, she's here.
Mariana Valadez, Kaya teammate?
Yeah. Elizabeth.
Cathy Sorrell, Elizabeth too?
No, but
she ride.
But why have Mexican side at either USA?
That why I slip on a.
Oh, Cathy Sorrell, American?
Yeah.
You got Mexican now?
But
that arrow?
That Aaron, she not American.
Anna Lara Garcia.
Well, the thing is that fall, George, you take it off of this one is out there, somebody is out there. Yeah.
No, but Anna Lara Garcia, Mexican, right?
Huh?
Mexican, no?
Yeah.
Anna Lara.
Yeah, she Mexican and she's 44 years old.
44 years old.
I heard Diana Valeria Rodriguez, Mexican.
Mexican.
Kathleen Connors, the Bermudan.
She's from Bermuda.
Then Bermudan when
that's you want being good riders. That's what you want. You go back with.
So tell me about locals then, because we have 1, 2, 3.
Locals are Kaya who is?
We have 6 foreign riders. How many locals you have?
We have the foreigners are known as a female. I mean the women we release now because you have Kaya, you have Kedisha. You have Parlita, you have Patricia.
You have
I don't know.
Both Chamarias, right?
Yeah.
Well, I believe so, yeah.
So both have Kaya, Paul, and Kedisha. That's it. No, this one.
Gabriel can ride or something?
I don't think I'll be the right.
Gabriel correct. Yes, Gabriel correct.
Gabriel correct, but
Gabriel be the right now.
Oh, okay.
So, Palada, when you get a prediction, I mean, this look like it can be war. Kaya have a handful.
But you get the Mexican record too.
Yes, but you know, they don't realize, the defending champion realize, all right, now, I have to deal with
when they could do this,
we have to deal with Kaya.
they could put it in the gutter pile,
Yes.
and they put the gutter up the climbs. They bust it like go slow, no? They put one at front first, so then it was painful.
I could imagine.
Kaya have to. Kaya can't depend on nobody. But me, I don't know if the Mexican Kaya being good though. Because she can't keep Kaya.
No, listen to me. And that's the reason why you always say get the facts right. You understand?
Oh, God.
She come in late one and she assembled her bike and look, I never tighten the seat post tight enough and so the seat dropped. When the guys fix it there, the Allen key broke in at the thing so the seat gone too high. So these are the things we want. They come in a while back. So Kaya said, well, as soon as they come in, then set up, she'll come straight to the bike shop, come make sure they tweak everything because they don't want a mistake again. Okay. So these are the like the.
She went by LA Sweat, no?
LA Sweat.
LA Sweat, yeah, LA Sweat.
Okay. So two Kaya American got two, right?
The American have she and
two.
She and Jessica Chong, but Jessica Chong ride for a separate team which are Bike Works, I believe.
What, you got 2 American,
You have 2 American,
2 Mexican?
3
Oh,
Mexicans,
3 Mexican.
including Kaya's Mexican in the side,
Okay.
right? And then the Bermudian.
Nice.
Yeah,
But
we
we're
are.
also very good now.
Ah,
But we're not right bad.
the Kathleen Conde.
That's a Bermuda national team.
They got, it's very national team, may not be that bad.
She's right on the national team.
Not right bad.
Definitely want to be fireworks.
Yeah,
I'll be fireworks somebody. But it happened, I think that they bring my school teacher did he just make a hear it. They want for the whole Saturday cross country race, they want to go the back with the bugle. Say my teacher them Mayak.
The one blow it.
They have the names there. I think there's some BDF and whatever. It doesn't matter to me yesterday. But
Make them record, don't make them do and record it.
no, they have it. Then they fix it up. He give me a raw
Bermudian girl is 3-time national champ.
Bermuda, yes.
3-time national champ.
Okay.
2-time elite road championship. She's second in elite Caribbean championship.
Whoa!
Two-time
Nice.
rough.
That
captain.
didn't
So
know one.
you
I
have
didn't
any
know
stats?
one.
But you have any more stats? By any of the other?
I didn't know one. You know what I mean?
Who else?
We didn't try to go back where I thought we try to go forward.
That the Bermudian can talk about, right?
The Cathy Sorrell, she's coming by herself. So now, how I said, I don't know what would have be strategy.
She was join up with the next American,
with the
okay?
next
She had
American.
to play and then girl got the 3 Mexican.
Yeah, so that was the figure. She and the Chong girl, we are referred to Miss.
Who like champ?
Who that the champ?
Sorrel, champ.
Sorry, where we?
Last year?
Last year,
Yeah.
champ, yeah,
Sorry,
Caters,
the
yeah.
champ.
Okay.
She's called the mom of her team, so she's probably one of the eldest
Eldest
women
one.
on her
Okay.
team.
Okay.
And they call she the glue of the she team, right? So she got the one of she got experience, right? So Sorrel good. And
By the race is done.
I don't know, we're part of the race and finish. You know the pan flyer?
Puma sponsor, no?
The Puma man said yeah. But it will be live stream on
They don't
the
got one guy no come out? One guy not come out already?
yeah, I think so. Well, tonight I had the presentation. It will be live stream on the CFB page. I'll be the commentator.
They
And
go
people
ahead and
ask,
CSB appeal again, man.
but the
Then
people are
I
fantastic.
you. We can't tell some do this.
Uh-huh.
I get tired now, no. That $200 they pay you for do live stream.
No. We come on an agreement.
They better stop their fool or good.
Agreement. Well, the thing is, senior people tell listen to me, man. Leave Andrea Donis alone. All of the old people, they one where they bash the man, say, left the man alone. The man build back the sporter. If the man tell $10 million, you no pay.
PIS.
Yeah.
So we
No,
have
but all
to-
of the money, they make money, whatever. They give money, go and make, go right back into equipment.
It's like that give money, but okay.
And the thing is, what I explained to them, people call me for sponsor level. I say I can't accept it because the federation pay for it.
Federation on the left live streaming alone, on not more live streaming, okay? On stay right now. On see that big go follow race and on get to the attack on motorcycle, the live stream. On no what to do.
Well,
Okay?
fans as please, some fans as please no double screen. We accept what
you
happens.
split our screen now, okay? Good. No split our screen. Only if we single screen, tell on get all the equipment, how you can split screen. Right now, on can't split our screen. Can't follow split screen because chaos and people watch race and people want to know who the lead and fool. So don't split the screen. Don't go on the motorcycle, go do race, go in a vehicle and go do race if you are do race. No, they go do no race. You know like little live stream.
Oh, digital park. Okay, all right. So the race will finish at the digital park. I think
I think that between me in hindsight, that do the race finish line never good neither. That's not good finish line. Can come up and curve and no. That's why I'm going straight to digital.
Yeah.
Straight. No,
So hopefully they change that.
I think we mentioned that Park Rim too.
Yeah, you don't do that. You don't do that. Stay. Try to keep a straight sprint.
And then I start 8 o'clock.
Exactly. Boy had a sports day.
Medical opposing with Pioneer Kids with the sprint.
Yes, man. It was a bad finish.
Craziness.
Wasn't up his feet. That's what my guy does say digital park.
Well, you say, but I tell you something. A lot of things are planning now because as small as this show, Thursday, I hardly could work because I have to plan, right? I imagine what even like so because the thing with the barriers at the end of the race, had the federation did their job and find out early, they shouldn't wait for last moment and say, why, we have no barriers, they come and say, have some people go there and volunteer and pull some ropes. You understand?
Pull up. We just pull up in a few days.
Yeah.
5 man they pull up.
Yep.
Man,
So
As you as a human being, someone like you don't know how I supposed to stop paying attention.
So, yeah.
That was recipe for disaster when you got no barriers and no rope. Recipe for disaster.
Right, I don't want to see no young man get hurt or whatever.
So what your final prediction?
Prediction for Sunday, Palace. Prediction for Sunday.
The champ would be one for a factor. Kaya should be a factor. Kaya can Mexican. I guess the Mexican can help Kaya. Can't say Mexican can win. She must go help Kaya.
The Chonger, she's also her name was etched in the coveted Madison Cup. We held in August 2022 with a major track race in America. She and her team member win that too. So she has speed.
Okay.
She's 38 years old. We give her what? We'll say like 3 years over Kaya or 4. Like Kaya what? 33 or 34.
Kind of about my age, 34.
34.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
They are melt like M&M's, you know,
In the heat, right? So where Mr. Andy says something. What?
Oh, I
thought
last year they 2 were beat, they got about 8 minutes. We had to say this to our beat. Right through the beat. One thing we can talk about Friday now. Well, I'll talk about show next week now. Belizan can't ride in a breeze. Belizan can't ride in a breeze. Friday now I can ride in a breeze like safe speed. When we go to ride, but they ride 25 miles an hour, they call it 40k. They say let's do 40k, they say. They are right 25 miles an hour in any headwind for you. That's what the fighters got to Belizan. Belizan can ride now. We like tailwind. Belizan can ride in a tailwind. But when you put Belizan in a crosswind and headwind, and the finals then split it, right there we get that trouble quick.
How can we amend something like that?
You can run yourself know for ride. We have to protect the pain when they start the show.
They could be.
I'm telling you, we have to just follow the. Can ride offensive against them.
Future reference, how can you amend it, something like that? Because they say that we as Belizeans can ride in a headwind.
No,
so what we do not.
Train harder.
You have to ride against the foreigners in the headwind.
All right.
We need to ride more races with more foreigners. You can't ride one local race by yourself.
Yeah.
I think when the foreigners come now, you are going to match up with them.
All right.
You need to ride with them in the same condition where we ride cross country.
Yeah.
That's the only way you get better for beat the foreigners. You can beat the foreigners just to ride against them cross country.
So who the sponsor? Puma the sponsor the race. Puma lubricant.
I just think Kaya would have think maybe Kaya would have think that she could beat her too. So if they're two the corner think they think we're sprint this out.
Curtis Sorrell was that she's not a sprinter. When I'm going to do the reading on her, like she's good at endurance apparently, but the sprint would have to be a long sprint.
But why not time trialist?
The time trialist would have been more, I think, come from the Bermuda and the young lady and Chonga.
Then I want to afraid for in that headwind. Because when they put a gap on the side time trial, in deep trouble.
Chonga was once a triathlete, but then it changed.
That's a good place.
He said he enjoys cycling much more.
Okay.
Bring a vote, Bernard.
So, yes. In the elite, just shift off, I say, pan elite, I say, Van der Poel, right? Not Van der Poel, right? Van der Poel? Van der Poel? I said, what?
Yeah, which race?
For the whole Saturday?
I hope not for you, but I hope not say Van der Poel hiding him.
No, I understand not Guatemalan girl. But why next week, Palace and be very interesting because they are more names where I see up here. I want to see who want to come in because why people come for that $10,000?
Why they make a call day too? For that 10 mega league controversy too.
Yeah.
They don't want to get 10, they want to get 5. Be able to sell again, man. If the people they say 10 or not, get it 10, man. I want to bust down people money for inner pieces, man. I don't get whole money. You want to bust down man money, man. Say I get 10 for force. But rumors have it. Rumors that don't that. Rumors came again that the 10 only be for Belize and win.
No.
The first place will be 6 cents, eh?
I tell
That
you,
way I had to
the Honorable Anthony Mala visit me at the bike shop, and when I asked him, I said, "Do you want me to mention it on the live?" He said, "Yes." I said, "The $10,000 is for first place, regardless of who win it. That's for first place.
Yeah.
You can't be one-sided or say, well,
And they say 6 if I'm flying away now, 10 if I'm leading. We the bars are create lot of crazies, okay? Then have we 40.
Well, the only thing that the members of the federation tell me that, make a please saying that the first place now have other prizes, maybe must a trophy, but the $10,000 is the first place winner. So they not get, well, a plane ticket and all that. So it's only $10,000, and well, I guess maybe a trophy or something. Now,
That trophy can a lot of people get
that
trophy.
trophy, you're right. Yeah, a lot of trophies normally give out. Yes, but Pal, I say, Sunday we want to do some action.
Yeah, but it should be a good race.
It should be a good race.
I personally never want loan Billy's and right. I don't want nothing. I don't want to say nothing with loan Billy's and right. I call it then backyard cycle that deal with. Billy's and right. You don't go forward. Because when you drop, whenever you drop loan, I mean, hope that I say Kaya right against 3 guys or 4 guys.
Well, I can happy because he helped me with my commentating. Because if the only with 4 Billy's and ride, why must I say Kaya Katus, Kadisha Wenyan, Palita?
When you have somebody get up and win and the fastest way, I say no.
Yeah.
You have to make a whole heap of night. You have to start create story. Can you create story?
Yeah, I create story. Yes, I
create some story today. Create stuff.
So somebody asked, the Small Caribbean Federation are sending more cyclists at regional events.
Exactly.
There's a big event coming up in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Are our cyclists going that side?
Money. Rick help find some sponsors or find some people who can buy some tickets. That way, the Jamaicans they want to come, you know, but they say they can't afford it; it's too expensive. And that's why I say Palace
Find Jamaica expensive,
yeah,
no?
Yes,
Jamaica
expensive. Exactly.
Flores said to Palace, you can't race in ahead when the road open. You need the road to form an echelon.
Is it? Who's that?
Nanigi Flores.
Who is that? Boy again.
I don't know that name familiar. I don't know.
So wait, so you can't see that go down. You can't what?
You can't race in headwind when the road open. You need the road to form an echelon.
You need to form an echelon on the road.
But
When one's open, no tree.
But we only 6 girls here under that.
So,
Yeah.
give me a pick. Blizan for
I'll go Kaya for this one.
Boom.
I never ride a Kaya if Kaya the ride gets no 4 local girl. I be going against Kaya then. I don't want to say Kaya before. Okay, what I want to say, none of the girl can be Kaya where the ride best space right now. None of the girl can be Kaya Katus. So if Kaya may ride against only 4 Billies and legal, I then watch that, okay? I'm going to have somewhere else. And I then hear who win the race. You might tell me the next day we're going to who win that. So I'm glad that finals go.
Yeah,
Because Kaya is not a pro. No, you are Kaya a pro. You are against fully local girl. You can't tell me how I enjoy this now.
Yeah.
I can't start enjoy that. But now if people come out, so that is interesting.
Well, I pray before I go to sleep. I say,
Kaya, the Mexican they come tell she one time now. Tell she want pace till it drop down, okay? Everything she want chase. You know they put your face in and no breeze till you realize when she done. When she done, then you realize no, I've got everything for now. But make she pace all the way. She had to finish the race. She will finish the truck back. She will just pace out till they can't pace no more. That's what she right. We got you know 2 hours.
Additional member family as well.
I think, yeah.
Is she a one too?
They will live in 2.
Two.
I mean, I do 2 in the paper. Make a paper we call it bring 2. But that's I'm thinking I bring it 2 too.
And that need for change.
But some local teams they quarrel now. They said
They have a young lady fan that agree.
Osaka was bring two things.
Oh, but that young lady not sign up for the cross country? Or is she too young?
No, she's too young, I believe. She's
Oh, she's too
the
young.
youngest. Yeah, she's too
Oh.
young. She's like 15, I think.
But
I
wait.
mean, they try to give
I don't know.
you-
I don't know what do they allow you?
The miles.
What is the legal age for cross country? Women, I don't know. Legal age. The back there is Palita and everybody cross country when they're young.
Yeah.
When
I guess
they're
they
18.
just bring down the rules now.
They change, the rule they change. Like they must say what? Even they go 18, no?
Well, the young lady again, what the garden again? Arel Garden, I say it right? For Griga.
The girl?
She
Yeah,
the
Arel,
young.
yeah.
Ariel Gordon.
Yeah,
Okay,
Arel
so
Garden.
she too young.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think only 13 years old.
But
But
you look like he enjoyed it. and
enjoy
she's-
because the other day she do 100 miles ride. I think.
So that's been that's in 6 foreigners, 4 locals, that's right?
Mm-hmm.
6 foreigners, 4 locals.
Yeah. First time in history, right? The foreigners outnumbered locals.
I don't think so too, yeah.
Oh, no, again in Mexicans, well,
Yeah, like that. It's better like that girl she did. She very good.
Who that?
I like camera and teach me how to
Okay.
that. Be a nice addition too. Cause she may spice up too. Cause she very good. So you come off a sheet too. Come right off a sheet too and.
You get the signature, yeah.
You see start late. Got a late start. All up to.
But I
Oh, I took a time. Good night 25. Oh, you're good. I'm there at 9 o'clock. I'm there at 9.
No. Okay.
Yeah, so we still with 2.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So,
Nice show, don't it? So, should be a great women cross country then.
yep, should be.
But the breeze that they blow, a pit in his soul.
A put in his own. Well, I always said like cyclists are warriors regardless of what. See how young Matos, he hit the deck so hard when I say pain in his face, but he's back on his bike already.
Right, that
So-
dark. Like,
yeah.
no, see like,
So,
I love when I say, all right. My man, tapu, crossing or walking, and then tapu, and I like, I don't it near the believe an animal though. Because then not too bright. Then I walk right foot there, then I get killed. Big truck, then I walk right across, mama, grandpa, grandma, everybody picnic, everybody niece, nephew, then I do about nothing. Now, correct, I blow my hand hard. Pa. Thing is suck like this. Limb na kung limb na pass.
Old generation.
Nice, Andrew.
Yeah.
We give your prediction of box.
Yeah, I think mine.
My prediction, of course, I'm going to Kayakatus.
Kaya have to war against
Yeah.
the
It will be a war.
the
It will be a war.
Americans,
It will be a war, but it will be a beautiful race, and I hope I'm not be biased. When
I
it
only
comes
if
to
Kaya in a day. I don't say Kaya relative. The weekend was race though. Like only the condition.
Well, the thing is,
I could take a condition.
well, the thing is, Kaya still come off an injury list, and Kaya gets on serious lick in that as a top race. Yes.
Okay, because
so-
I don't say Kaya relative for race.
So
That's
she.
why I judge her when I say in a few race and you ride up the front
yeah.
and you drop bomb. But then judge her knowing you can condition, but I don't say that in a race. I don't know you condition.
In
perfectly.
a live, if I say in a girl bring out baseball bat, then I don't know what happen. Whatever, cause I know in the elite for the cross country nation is Gary bring out all the bat out the baton out of the dugout. He not just get one bat.
You must have set him up again.
I get a new phrase. I pay attention now. I probably used to have to use one, right?
What I get, man.
I said race there. Race there. I say. Yeah. So we'll get to sign. So Palace, your final words before we close off for tonight.
Nice show, Andrew. Enjoy tonight's show. I'm glad that Andy was here with us. I'm glad Mr. Corey was here with us. Like our Warren said, we know the Andy said as well. We know the quarrel. On the look part, we like we quarrel, no? We just don't like we just don't believe what you all are doing are right. So we need quarrel, no. We want help. Make it do mediation, understand? Make it come together and make it mediate. And make it decide, make how we fix that. Because that one, okay, no correct. Dean Barrow can't sign, Johnny B said no check. You know, do it, that not happen. So that they go on, we don't want that. We don't like that procedure where they want to run, the jokes. We don't believe in our procedure want to run. We may have a CPA at the helm of that, when we may guide with you professionally. And no cause that for broke up. Now, no cause that for broke up. No, look for Mr. Corey like that. Mr. Corey walk away from no. Now, no walk away from him.
But
No cause that. No cause that. Because he a personal. He not operate back school finance. He not the part. He gonna auditorium. He a rock. He a roll that and he a do that in the best way he was trained to do.
Well, somebody.
That's so many puppet when they got the thing that we against them, we palace and broke up like that's what somebody talk.
Well, you know something. Honestly, I learned a lot over the past few days because some of the stuff I have never. I have to agree that I don't want to really like have this knowledge about stuff that when I hear Warren talk, when I hear Andy talk, and then I say, oh, see all these things I'm never.
A lot of the cyclists they not versed too. So
Yeah,
I hope that they not listen to tonight's show. Go back and go look at it again. If you don't want, if you not get it, go back and listen to it again and try to get with what we are saying.
Yeah.
We not the quarrel donors. We not there for broke up cycling. Not that who will bring cycling forward. Don't know we bring cycling forward with live stream and with this show. As the wheel turn, show up now the broke up cycling. No. But we not sit down here now like no sheep. And got to know the pull we all about and pull it into pull it the wrong way too. Make we get knocked down. You not pull in the traffic and tie you out. But no, you can't pull me so.
But to slaughter.
No, you can't bring me to slaughter. We don't sheep. So we have to know too that we, as much as we like the sport, if we don't see it going right, we are called a spade. And if you don't want to call me whistleblower, last thing I say, my big whistle for me. Can come and show me next week, sir. My big whistle, like flavor flow. I want to blow whistle. Ain't gonna slip and do craziness. I the first one. Whistle. I was song the whistle because I don't know sheep or don't care to drag me boat. Or not drag me boat wrong. You see, you got sheep to start and joke the bear and neck back. Or like a whistle. No, we don't so. We don't know. Spanish?
The Euro commentator said some races.
The smithereens.
We line in there. We know about live stream.
I want to tell the fans this. I have to mention this. After Sunday's junior race, I was approached by people from when they're running. I said, Mr. Erdones, we want you to announce running race. So, folks, I also be live running and doing marathon and all kind of thing. Yes, you understand? When the man said, running race. So I don't. You know what I watch marathon and I land. So Rick, no worry, you're running race.
I don't. When they cut, that was a placenta. That's a good final score.
Yes,
the
I
race
tell
is some good
yeah,
finals.
no, but
they got the money big too.
But I don't practice how for in
the world, yes. In the world marathon.
Yes,
so you have used to say world soccer. When they pop it for early, they pop it too.
You look like you went at it.
They stretch it early.
Yes.
Come on, split family and everyone say, but they stretch it early. So you use some say slang too.
Because I can't sit and use some say slang. I tarmac.
You want to be end of the world now. That's a world class race though.
Yes,
in the world now they get no other than who. And you do it for live stream and all the cow and craziness. All better behave now. All better behave on yourself, okay?
So I take on the challenge.
That's December.
And you know what happened? It'll be easier because they don't go as fast as cyclists.
Yeah, so you did that one golf cart.
I couldn't golf cart and they went
That's nice.
Here comes Fitzgerald Joseph as he makes some strive, look like baby walk.
Yes. Slow walk.
I believe Palace Joseph is in a running race, but it actually looks like he's walking, folks.
The walking has begun.
But folks. So folks.
I might go.
Yes, man. I decide. Yes, man. Once again, thank you all for joining tonight's show. I mean, it was entertaining for me. I got a lot of knowledge. I want to thank my co-host. I want to thank my guests. Experienced, very intelligent guys. Explaining the whole thing to the fans. And of course, I have to big up the crew behind the scenes. Want to big up my entire family, home and abroad. Next week.
Tell Andy Bennett to send me no
Invoice now. This is a pro farmer. Why when you work pro farmer and he, okay?
Yeah.
They say no invoice there. They CPA invoice there. Big.
Yes. The food tonight is provided by Miss Debs. So
Nice.
Yeah, so food. We're gonna get food after this. Yes, I want to thank each and everyone. Everybody will give prizes. Everybody will won prizes to all the cycling fans. We want to wish all the women taking part in Sunday's
Event. Nice.
best
of luck.
women
Best
cross
of luck.
country.
No, best.
Yeah, we want to big up Puma to call Puma is the sponsor of the race.
Because when I say 3,000, I might be wrong, but women cross country knows so much prize. I think that,
Yeah,
that
so
might be a record, Joe.
So
if I'm not mistaken.
Puma, hold on, hand up, did an awesome job, you know, leading in the correct direction towards sports and especially cycling that we love.
Yes, sir.
So, and then last but not least, I'd like to say big up to my beautiful wife who continued to support me. You know, you see, even buy the food tonight, support me in what I love. And like I always people.
Mr. B, please.
What did joke I run before when one of my friends visited me in the shop and he said,
I want to do
one of my friends called and he said, Andrew, I know what I live, right? He said, but you have 3 guys that are like multimillionaires, right? They're rich. He said, but they say they have all the money, but they don't have no family members come visit there. They don't have nobody come there. So the man say, then they run out of what? They don't run out of money, they run out of time. So he said, by the time he said, Andrew, please don't stop doing it though. Don't stop fix bike, don't stop bake, don't stop be commentator. He said, because as soon as you stop that, tell your family, start to dig a hole. Because that's the way people are going. But to be honest, fellas, there's a lot of rich folks who chase money all in life and they reach a stage apart. Nobody want them wrong there. They don't have no friends. Like so, we could come together.
Who did? That Jobs did? Who did?
Steve Jobs, yeah,
Steve
Steve Jobs.
Jobs said that how much money I got, how much I enjoy.
How much I enjoyed. So we have fun. I have fun every day. But I tell you something. I don't know. The only the good Lord who can spoil my happiness. There's nothing on the face of the earth one winning. So only the good Lord.
He not do that.
He not do that. He continue love. No, run the joke you want to run.
I say, when Dolly said, I said, Dolly say, I like to thank my sweet wife for allowing me to be here. Oh, but I can't say, Palas, tell them, please make it continue. If they tell you know why it's about it. Like she done. There is peace making gold, you know. Because when you say for allowing me, you look like Mr. B could call you up anytime.
When if people call me out, I tell her, you know what happened? You watch out, the people are going like biting dogs.
Mr. B, they were born on a hole. Not do that. Arson.
Yeah. But thanks again, folks. Have a safe and blessed night. Thank you all again for joining live. Join me Sunday on the CFB page as I bring you live action into your living room of the Women's Cross Country, the 32nd edition. The 32nd running, right? The 32nd running. And we want to big up Puma. We want to pick up everybody involved. We want to pick up the CFB, you know, for they want to run the race. Big up to all the volunteers, everybody involved. With that said, we are out.
As the wheels turn, every Thursday night at 6:30. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live with Turtle. So yes, I sit and watch as the wheel turns. My bike is where I get my thrill. Up and down, riding through the hills. I have no fear as I climb and change my gear. Through the valley so steep, now we on the street. Yeah. As